and welcome everybody back to the Dumbass class with me, DyslexicGamer, as we carry on our Warhammer Fantasy tabletop RPG show with the next episode, which is actually episode 10. So we are quite far behind my schedule of how things were going to go, but
I have almonds. All's well.
And yes, Azurath has almonds. Somehow he found them from somewhere, not quite sure where, but...
Ration kits have them.
Do they now? Last time, the group had begun their mission for the Raven Guard to escort the part of the levies from Siegfriedhoft to Nullen. They had begun their journey, as I try and find... There it is. They had begun their journey on the 5th of Klegedzed, whatever that month is. They had then spent the next 4 days, well, 5 days and 6 days and 5 nights, something like that. It's now the 9th. The group have come up to a fork in the road along their journey. Now they know that the left-hand pass was meant to have the warband of the wolf go down it, and their path was the one down to the right. However, as they'd got to the actual fork in the road, I believe Mr. Azurath and Miss Wilhelma heard coming from the left-hand pass. Was it Miss Gabrielle as well? No. I heard coming from the left-hand pass the sounds of steel clinking and men shouting. Clearly there was a fight being had along the left-hand side. It is up to you what you want to do. You can carry on with your orders and go down the right-hand path and forget about the other warband. However, you do know that that other warband also has Boris and several children, 3 children, that he has taken into his care. So it's up to you what you wish to do at this point.
I cannot with good honor allow innocent people to be murdered.
It could be a trap, and they seem more than competent. We should not...
Have you heard their attrition rates?
Look, I don't like it any more than you do, but we've got a job to do.
You want to risk the children?
Aye, not to mention what could go wrong if Boris needs to get involved.
Wait, whoa. Back down, see. Since when there were children in the band of the wolf?
No, they're in the band.
Not children. They were being squatted by Boris.
And Boris is going with the band of the wolf to get a ride.
Oh, what a fucking idiot.
Aye, you should have come with us. I agree.
We don't know. We don't know for sure if this isn't a ambush or a trap.
Well then, if it is, I take my axe out, I swing it a bit. I've been meaning to give this one a try.
By all means, if you all wish to go down to aid the warband of the wolf and Boris, you can. I will give you 2 options. If you can think of a third, by all means, you can, mention it. You can take your wagons with you. You can take your wagons with you. This will slow you down, or you can leave your wagons behind. This will speed you up.
We're not leaving the wagons unguarded.
Aye, if it is an ambush, they're probably after our cargo. So we're taking the wagons with us. We can always turn around later.
Plus, we can always send forward an advance party to make so that they go ahead slightly faster, arrive a little bit earlier, but they're on scene while we still got the wagons guarded.
Aye, In that case, who should we send in forward? I'm volunteering. The Sierra, you're coming with me or not?
I'll go.
Aye. A little bit of finger wiggling is bound to help with this fight. You, the rest of you, just follow us. If you're attacked, just scream loudly, we'll turn around again.
So, I can tell you that if you go ahead of your two carts that you currently have, you have your cart and you have the cart that the Raven Guard owns, you will get there in 2 turns. If you stay with the cart, you'll get there in 6 turns. So at the moment, I've got Azurath and Lysiara who are going to move on ahead quickly to try and get to the... Does anyone else want to move quickly?
Gabrielle's staying with the cart. She's one of the ranged specialists.
I'm gonna stay with the cart. Someone's gotta cover the archer.
I'm not good at combat. I'll stay with the cart.
Aren't you an archer?
Yeah, but I don't have a bow.
You could literally ask for mine, or for probably Warhammer's.
There is a
also
bow in
on
the cart. Yeah.
Do
there is a bow
we
in the
also
cart.
have a crossbow
Oh,
or just a
God.
bow? Yeah, we have a crossbow and bow laying around. I'm gonna see how many arrows and a bow I could carry, and I'm also gonna
Oh.
take those with me.
I did pick up the bow, so I will stay with my bow then.
Unless we've solved the crossbows, they should still be there. I think Ted took a crossbow.
Bill
can't
took a crossbow and then he sold it once he got into town, so he could get
Okay.
himself a decent bow.
I have about 21 carrying capability left, so how much is
You-
a bow?
Okay, give me a sec to find my bow to tell you. You should have enough capacity. Bow,
it's
actually,
all
you
in your
don't.
cart.
Bow is 80.
Hey,
Yeah, a bow is 80, and and 5 arrows is 10.
So, just to make sure, we have
Okay,
Azurath and Lysiara will arrive on the scene in 2 turns' time.
I'm gonna grab.
We have Gabrielle,
May I
Wilhelma,
interject?
Billy Bob, Bill and Ted, who are all staying with the cart and will arrive in 6 turns.
How many arrows is how many kilos?
5 arrows is 10 encumbrance.
5 is 10.
Yeah, and bow is 80.
80?
Give me a sec to check, yeah, but yes, it's 80.
18 or 18?
80.
80.
Okay, I am not bringing a bow with me.
I mean, doesn't encumbrance only slow you down by like 1?
It's for each level of encumbrance, you lose 1 movement.
Just in case this is gonna account for this in how many turns we take to get there, I'm not bringing a bow with me.
Okay.
I am already heavy enough as it is.
So is everyone 100% sure with their positioning in the party?
Yep.
Ted was the melee guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, we're leaving Bill and Ted behind as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill has to drive the wagon and Ted kind of stays with Bill.
Gotcha.
At least you're not the one. They're staying with the one who's overpaying them.
Hey, I overpaid him on occasion too.
So
That's not what I was thinking, but yeah.
Actually, on the first time we hired them, I was the one who overpaid them.
with no take,
No, you overpaid him, and then
And
Gabrielle
then-
overpaid him
yeah,
again.
then Gabriella took over that job.
with no takebacks on the positionings that you're in, we will go over to the battle map.
So, before we actually arrive in the place, As soon as I see that there are enemies, I'm gonna cast a spell on myself.
So you would have to do that as your first turn. There is an engagement going on. Once you
Yep.
arrive, the enemy will probably get a free perception test in order to try and see you. But other than that, they are engaged in another combat.
Gotcha.
So if you click on your characters, everyone can add themselves to the tracker.
God damn, natural one. Wait, everybody. Sorry.
Billy Bob, can I get your? Can you? Keep your token inside the square box for now, because that's your staging area. Azura, Lysiara, you can position yourselves anywhere in there.
So you saying, are you sat far away from your mic because I can barely hear you?
Sorry, I had it up near my head instead of my face.
I believe everyone should have full fate refreshed.
Yeah, because we skipped it like 3-4 days, and you get 1 fortune per day.
Yeah.
I have a -10 due to the fact that I'm wearing medium armor.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so we actually start on turn 2. So you guys, Azuraf and Lysiara, you will be starting on this turn. However, a few things have happened. As you approach this canyon area, I mean, most of you would see this area and your stomachs would twitch a bit. This is an area that just breathes ambush. High hills above you and rocky outcrops. As you come past this, what possibly was once a small riverbed, a small river, but it's dried out long ago and they've built a road across it. You can hear the sounds of fighting and screaming, and Lysiara, you would immediately know that magic is being cast in this area.
Yep. Arius is probably doing all he can.
So on turn 2, we have, which one is he? He's showing up. Aha, okay, he is over here. So I have put all the character sheets in the wrong place. So I'm going to have to do this on the screen that I record on. Oh, it's so far out. I need to zoom in.
What's unfortunate is this one doesn't have like the NPC tabs.
He moves to there, and I believe he... Yeah, he moves to there. Okay, cool. Try and keep things in order. Miss Gabrielle, please mark down that you have gone on to turn 2. Mr. Azuraf, you may make your actions. No, you're on, so you've got 4 turns left. So the dead bodies that are on the combat has begun for them. An action.
So I have 1 turn left until I get there.
No. You get there now.
Okay.
So it was basically, so if you guys had left the cart and sprinted here, you would have got here and there would have been extra bodies on the field. But because you kind of went with what I thought you would go with, of no, we'll A couple of us will go quickly, a couple of us will come slowly. That's where you're at. So you can act on this turn.
Am I still at this location though?
Yes, you are inside the red square. Anywhere you want inside the red square is where you can set up.
Okay. Movement of 5, so...
And you would see that it appears that there is a bright light on the horizon, just over out of your visual sight. You'd imagine it's a fire of some kind. You can hear people shouting and screaming. You will have to come. You are technically on the hill there. That's a sheer mountain face.
Okay then, so let me quickly.
You can clip it. I don't mind you clipping it, but yeah, you basically avoid the really dark, shaded area.
Can I quickly do like a red line where I think the mountain edge is, just so that I can see it? Because while it's not that bad, my eyes are still like, okay, is that mountain or weird, like, coloured rock?
Okay, that's where I end up then.
Okay, right next to Azareth.
Hang on.
Yeah, there's a one narrow threshold.
Full move, end of my turn. This.
Yep. 1 second.
I think it's just trying to make sure it's actual like sheer cliff. Because to my eyes initially, it looks like just slightly discoloured steep hill. And we got the magic teleporting Lysiara.
It wasn't my turn, so I had to move back.
Also, if there's anyone with 4 turns left, it's Billy Bob.
Okay. Go on there. So yeah, now you can see like that's where the sheer cliff part starts. Right. So we have a dude, a person axe. You can hear shouting coming from in the distance. But actually, as there are a few kind of revealed some more of the map, so I'll give you that bit. Miss Lysiara.
I'm just gonna do a full move for now. I'm not gonna cast my spell. I'm gonna move here, which is 10 feet from me, and I'm gonna pass, because that's all I can do, right?
Yeah, you can pretty much run up there. If you've got anything that's in range, you can see a couple of people, but
Pretty far out still, so no, I need to move a little bit further still.
fair enough. You may be able to see as Boris's turn comes up. He is going to half action channel. Well done, Boris. And then he is going to half action cast etheric armor.
Good man.
He's going to use both of his magic points. No, he'll just use one. Actually, it doesn't really matter. He can't make another action, so might as well use both. And make sure that he's got a better chance of getting it. And he will, in fact, brush one of the ingredients at his side.
Well, he got lucky at least.
He certainly did. I mean, he would have made it... Well, actually, he wouldn't have made it if he had just done one dice. So he currently has an aura around him that is providing him armor.
I was more concerned with his second dice, because it was really close to bad.
So what will happen if he, say, rolled two tens?
Any doubles, and he goes on to the minor
Ah,
minor
Zinch.
chaos. Well, it gets
Zinch.
Zinch's curse. That's the one. So it is this dude. Well, unfortunately for the member of the... Is that in range? Yes, it is. Unluckily for the member of the warband of the wolf, he is in range, so he gets charged. Yes, this is the right character. And he attacks. And hits him in the left arm. Can he parry? I don't think he can. You can't parry with a knife, so no, he can't. Oh, poor number. What number are you?
Depends on the knife, but yeah, with the box stand like dagger, no.
Yeah, that's what he's got. You are number 37, so whatever happens to you, number 37, it's probably going to hurt. Number 37 takes 6 damage. Hang on, he's not number 37. Is he? No, 34. I was going to say I haven't got 37.
he's impersonating 37. Get him.
I also didn't write their HP down on my handy little sheet. Because I'm dumb. Okay, they've got that much. So yeah, blood spurts out of him. But he's still standing. He is still there and still trying to do his best. The other one is going to hold his ground. So he's going to take a defensive action. Actually, there's no point him doing a defensive action. He can't parry. He's only got a knife. He's going to fall back.
If you went to parrying stance, you can parry with any weapon. Unless you have a weapon in your offhand, it's the only way to parry in this system.
I think we ruled it out.
Yeah, because I wanted to give everyone a parry no matter what, but I kind of rule it with knives. He's going to fall back. He's a peasant. I think that's acceptable. There's no one in his range just yet, although they are coming. Another man moves into combat range. Another person who I believe he has a bow, but he can't really shoot anyone from where he is. There's a mountain in the way. So he is going to come over to there. Right, number 37. You are moving to there because I pre-measured your positions out. Number 36 is going to move to there as well. And number oh, hang on, I fucked up. You're meant to move to there, you're meant to move to there. Miss Wilhelma.
I mean, we're
We
still
are on-
rocking.
Yeah, so you've got 4 more turns.
Yep.
And then we have this dude. Now this is the one who can shoot on his turn.
Is it me or does he have a pimp hat?
One of them does indeed look like he has a pimp hat, yes.
Perfect.
He is going to fire his crossbow at the man who has just tried to retreat. He hasn't moved, so he gets a +10 for aiming, I believe.
Where is the wolf band?
He is
By
hit
the
in the
car.
head.
Ow!
Oh, fuck. I didn't actually expect that to really, like first turn.
360 no scope.
Beggar. So he's taken 8 damage, which he can remove.
So was
3
this on
from
our side or the other?
5, 6, 7.
Their
8,
side. Enemy
Oh
side.
shit. Wait, the hit or the...
5.
The attacker is on the enemy side.
Okay, now I understand.
So he's taken 5 health. Yeah, the attackers. It's from what Mr. Azurif and Miss Lysiara can see at the moment. There's no one resembling the warband of the wolf anywhere in the vicinity. Is it the... Okay, so it's the guy who's just been charged. He has been hit, but he holds fast as he slashes out with his knife. And unfortunately he misses. Almost a fail to where he would have dropped his knife. Lucky he didn't. So that's round 2, I believe, the start of the turn again. So, Mr. Billy Bob, you are now on turn. You have 3 more turns remaining. You're currently running at the moment.
I am.
Yeah. Well, moving. Well, not. Okay, so you're not running. You're in the wagon, moving up, and you can hear the sounds of people screaming and shouting and essentially being hurt.
If I was to get out and start running, my run is 12.
Your run's about the
Isn't a
same
lot.
as everyone else's, every normal human.
We're not here yet, Billy Bob.
So,
Okay.
no, you're not here yet. You've got, what did I say, another
I
3
put-
more turns?
Yeah, what I've done is I'll count down with every one of Billy Bob's turns, because Billy Bob arrives first.
Sure.
That, and he starts the turn order, so every time he has a turn, I'll put like 2 turns remaining, 1 turn remaining.
Sure. Brilliant. Azurif, it is your turn.
There we go. Another full move.
You're not running.
What does running do?
You take a minus 20 ballistic skill tests on you. You get 3 times your movement instead of just the 2 that a full move does.
Same as
And
Dark
plus-
Heresy.
Yeah. No, I think the run in Dark Heresy is much longer, but that's because of how
Yeah.
they've changed the movement system.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I am running.
Okay. So, we are on to this gentleman's turn. He is going to move to here. And he is going to... Well, he would have already readied his weapons, so cool. Miss Lysiara, it is your turn.
I'm gonna move half my move.
Sure.
So about here. And I'm gonna cast Aetheric Armor on myself. And I'm not channeling because I don't have time, but I will use one of the chain links that I have. Not great, but it passed, and that's all it counts. Okay,
And as another
that's my
chain,
turn.
turns to dust, you too get armor. Boris's turn. So, Boris, seeing that shit's not going too well for him. Oh, did I not put... Ah, damn it, I didn't put the spell in his book. Let me just have a look. Because unfortunately, being a wild mage magic is shit. It is
It's
god
kind of
awful.
supposed to be.
So Boris,
I mean,
he doesn't have much to choose from. So I gave him a lesser. No, yeah, I gave him the lesser magic for the armor. But he needs. I need to look for drop.
I mean, as a NPC, he doesn't have to
Drop
obey.
Is I have it on my sheet. Do you want me to just?
No, I've got it now. It's a casting number of 4, a
4.
dab of butter, and within 24, because we changed it, got rid of the squares, so within 24, drop whatever they are holding. So Boris looks at the man who has come round the corner, and he sees something that curdles his blood, and he decides that no, this cannot stand. He cannot keep that item in his hand any longer. So what did I say? It was casting number 4? Yeah, I think so.
Yep, casting number 4.
He is going to channel. Please. He failed his channel. So he's going to cast with... Fuck it, both magic, why not? No successful channeling. He's not going to have any butter on him, so... Oh, did he... Oh, no, he got a 9. Good, good, good. Boris, well done. So, as Mr. Azurif, as you see Boris gesture towards one of the bandits who has appeared to have drawn a pistol and is currently aiming it at Boris, you see some finger wiggling going on and some arcane words being said. Motherfucker! And he shakes his hand. He shakes his head, and instead of dropping his pistol, he... And he takes further aim at Boris, and Boris looks shocked. He does not look as if that was meant to happen.
Who has a pistol?
The guy who Boris is looking at.
He's looking at 4 specific gentlemen.
This guy?
Maybe.
I think it's the
right,
pimp
so
hat.
he attacks the... Hang on, wait a minute. He's not a footpad. He's a footman. Okay. So, the footman attacks the poor dude who he's already attacked once. And he hits. So, roll damage on that poor little bugger. Ooh, luckily he gets a natural 1 on his damage. Beautiful. So, number 41 are you? Nope, you're not 41. You're the other one. You're 34. You actually take only a tiny bit of damage. As number 41, as his turn begins, he's in quite a lot of pain. He just got shot with a crossbow, and it hurt a lot. So he is going to... Yeah, I'm going to allow it. He can charge into him and aid his comrade. Considering they're going to get mauled otherwise. So, you need to come here and give me an attack with your knife with a +20. And he hits. Unfortunately, the footman is going to... Yes, I believe so. He's going to attempt to dodge, but trips over his own feet. He apparently has been drinking. And actually, the peasant gives him a mighty blow. I'm actually surprised he got that much. Where the hell are you? What number are you? Tell me your number. 42. Even though the peasant came in with a mighty stab and tried to put all he could into it, you just see the bandit just, ow, motherfucker. And, yeah, that appears to be that. Sadly for him. As another bandit moves in behind him with a half move. Ooh, I moved the body. Get over there. With a half move, he steps in and attempts to smash him in the face with his club. So no aiming this time, but luckily he misses. So the peasant, who's looking quite scared at this time, clings on. Excuse me as I have a hiccup appear. Yes, the peasant tries to cling on and not give in to his fear. Someone moves out of sight. If I was going to be I'm going to be a real bastard. Yeah, reveal
Do
area.
it now.
You see.
Do it. Good guy GM.
You see.
Do it.
A group on the ridge who all take aim at Boris. What did I call these guys again? Were they footpads? Yes, they're footpads.
They were brigands.
By the way, I know this is a bit late to ask, but since I didn't realize I could run on the first turn too, could I move 5 forward?
Sure. They're poor.
At least they missed.
Oh yeah, they aimed. I was looking at their score going, hang on, that's a bit high. Why is it so high? And it's like, oh, they aimed, that's why. Yes, both of their shots sing past and you hear Boris just, whoa, whoa. Fortunately, this is not a TED situation, so there is not a following. So, another bandit comes in. And he is going to... I mean, I really should have him... no, why not? This one can have his sword and shield out and he can move in to attack. Yeah. That makes a bit of sense, because then he's ganging up. And he hits the body of the poor peasant, who then deals... Ooh! Why? They're being very lucky with their hits at the moment, but I think he is undone. So that's 34. No, he is still standing. And pass another one. This other dude is going to start reloading. He is going to attack, because what else is he going to do? He can't exactly get away anymore. But he misses. Unfortunately, their luck cannot hold. 2 turns remaining. As this gentleman... That is too far. So that's in range. He is going to... Hang on, let me double check he has got them. And it's within 6 to 12. That shooting in the maximum range is a -20, isn't it?
I believe so.
He'd never hit. Never mind. He would never hit. Okay, he's going to move up. Mr. Azurif, it is your turn.
I am well aware. I move to there with my axe just above my head, just running, shield forward, and screaming war cries in Eltharin.
Was that another run?
Yes.
Okay, that was another run. Righto.
Slightly out of breath, shouting something in Eltharin like, "You will feel the wrath of Cain."
God damn it. Well, okay, fine. He's going to go for a half move, which would be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which brings him into short range. He points his pistol at Boris and he fires. But he can't aim. So he misses. Oh, hang on. Wait. There's a plus 20 for short range, isn't there? No, there isn't.
No.
No, there isn't. Sorry, I was thinking of Dark Heresy for a moment then. So yes, he fires and he misses. The noise that comes out sends Boris in a shock and stumbling backwards slightly. But fortunately, the ball flies out and goes wide. Miss Lyciara.
I'm gonna have move again, and I'm gonna cast Fireball on whoever. I think the guy with the pistol, if I can see him. If I can, I'm just gonna attack one of the guys that is currently facing the peasant.
So I believe it's 34 feet away. You can see him, and if you didn't see him, you definitely would have heard the noise.
Gotcha.
I believe so. The pistol is unreliable, which means its failure rate is more, but it's not in the 80s. I think
It's on 96 to 99 it jams, and you have to do a trade gunsmith roll to unjam it. On 100 it just explodes in your hand.
on 100 it rolls on the misfire, on the advanced misfire chart to make it makes ballistic gunpowder weapons more usable rather than just
they
shit,
changed
it blew
that.
up. Yeah, it's in the errata. I've actually homebrewed it, so if you do get a natural 1, so you roll another d100. If you get a natural 1, you get a kaboom, which is from Mordheim, the tabletop, where you do double damage. But if you get, it might just be that the powder doesn't go off, so rather than destroy a 200-pound gun. So you were firing at the dude with the pistol.
Not the best damage I ever seen, but it was a successful cast.
Fortunately, I can just look at his picture. He is 44.
So they changed that to prevent you burning through ammo on bad luck.
No, you can still burn through ammo, but you don't blow up a perfectly good gun on, an unlucky roll. Basically, gives you another. It's like an 80 and up. It does still blow up, but all throughout the rest, different things happen. So I can tell you that the first hit hits him, and you just see a bit of a fizzle, a bit of sparks fly off him. It's almost as if he sees it coming and he just kicks it, as if he just hits it with his hand, and it just. But then the other one hits, and you can see his teeth grit, and he gives out a cry of pain. But he's still standing. Yes, that's right. So, as it is Boris's turn, and he has seen... Oh, Boris, do I do something like mad and heroic with you, or do I just stick to what you are actually able to do?
What would in character make most sense?
He did do... Mate, he did just shoot a pistol near the children. He doesn't really like that. So he is going to half action climb down.
Boris doesn't already have like a sword to stab him from up high.
And half action, no, unfortunately he doesn't. And half action, he reaches out with his hands and he touches a small pin on the top of his hat. Well, he has many pins along the top of his hat. Hang on, that music seems... Well, that is a bit loud. Why is that like a different... I have no idea. He can't channel. He is using an ingredient. So, let's see what he gets. Amazingly, he does it. He reaches out and electrical current shoots out from his hand as he grabs hold of the man in front of him. Damage-wise, it doesn't do any damage. He needs to do a willpower test. So, do a willpower test. I actually thought this did damage. He failed. So, he is stunned for a number of turns to his magic characteristic. So, the dude with the pistol, Boris grabs hold of him and he just starts convulsing and shaking and just falls to the floor, twitching and shaking, and the men around him kind of give a little gasp and what the... So Boris has successfully removed the pistol-wielding bandit from the group. However, he is... No, fortunately, he's not in a bad position yet. The footman, he attacks the peasant. He does not get a plus for ganging up, but he can aim, and he does hit. With a damage of... Ooh! With 11 damage coming in on the poor peasant. I believe he is 34. Let me just double check this.
Hit
He
the right
is
arm.
indeed 34. So with that... 9... 8... 8... 10... With that blow, you just see the bandit swing down, and he just snaps the peasant's clavicle, and you just see blood start coming out through his throat as he is very much dead. And that was that one. Yeah, put you up there. Actually, I will need to remove... I'll remove him when he comes up. So, the other peasant... after seeing his friend just die. But then reinforcements are on the way. He can see that help is coming. So I'm going to say that he would carry on fighting. Because, well, what's he going to do? Give up? They're not going to be too friendly to him if he gives up. But unfortunately, his attack misses. The other bandit who is behind the peasant, well, he swings his... Oh, no. Sorry, not bandit. Footman. And again, they seem to be on as they smell blood and come in. Ooh, with a critical hit. The poor peasant was already wounded, and with this hit, you just see ribs. His chest just seems to implode inwards, just digging in as the hit strikes him, and you can tell that his ribs are gone as he falls to the floor, gasping for air as blood just pools out of his mouth before he hits the ground dead. The bandit, actually, he's up there. He is up there. So, yeah. He has his bow out as Azurith. Actually, you do get a minus to being shot at, so that's not actually too bad. A bandit fires a bow at you. Plus 10.
If it misses, can we just say it pings off my shield, or...?
We certainly can, as the arrow comes flying in and ding! That is deflected off of your shield. They are all reloading. This dude, seeing you and seeing his boss on the floor, moves in to protect his boss whilst he's convulsing. From you, Azurith.
Oh, that man has just made a great mistake.
Reloading. Peasants dead. I believe it's one more turn remaining until you guys get here. So, this dude is going to... No, he's actually in a better position to attack Boris. So he's going to move in and attack Boris. Because he did just see this this finger wiggler drop what might have been his boss. But he misses as Boris moves his gigantic girth out of the way. And you just see his belly like whoop, 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 as it kind of jiggles underneath the attack. Mr. Zurif, it is your turn.
Charge! I believe charge is an attack with a +10.
Give me a sec.
I believe it's a +20. But you don't get to aim. I think that's how it is.
I think it's just 10 in this system.
Yeah,
Is it just 10 in this system? Okay.
Yeah,
I think so.
just plus 10.
You hit as he tries to defend parry with his shield. Does he do it? He does indeed. So who's this? He's on the floor and will get up on his... No, will be finished on his next turn. Miss Lysiara.
I'm going to channel and cast Fireball again.
Sure.
Fireball OP, please nerf.
Not really. Okay, so that's a success.
I'm pretty sure if there was another mage here, they might be able to dispel it. I'm not sure. I'd need to read
Oh, no,
up on
that's-
the rules on...
That's gonna be my joke from now on. Fireball OP, please nerf.
Well, they can't technically dispel the magic. They can get protections like should have actually.
How to be protected from mage.
Oh, come on. I failed.
Unfortunately, you just couldn't form the magic in your hand, as it was just too difficult, as it seems Boris is hogging all the magical energy in this area at the minute. It is Boris's turn.
This may call for some stuff from my part.
Boris looks down at the person at his feet who's still kind of twitching and convulsing as this club comes flying in and his belly rolls out of the way. He sees you trying to attempt to cast something, looks at the footman in front of him and goes, fuck it, and does shock again. Actually, he can channel. Go, Boris. Channel. Ah, you failed. So he will touch another pin on the top of his head. He is running out of these. And he will attempt to shock him. And yes, for an ingredient. And with a 17, and luckily no doubles, he manages to grab hold of the footman, and I believe it's a willpower test for the footman. I'm so disappointed that this doesn't have like a damage to it, but it's doing all right, as this footman now falls to the floor, convulsing and shaking, and is stunned for 2 turns. This shocking grasp is actually turning out to be better than I thought. I was a bit worried for poor old Boris. He doesn't have many spells. So you are... He can't charge. I'm not going to have him go back and charge because that is a bit cheesy. So he's going to step into combat range. And he is a footman. So have I been disconnected? No, it went through. With a 98, his weapon flies out of his hand because that's within the 4% of critical failure. So he now no longer has a weapon. I shall mark that with a... Is that a grenade? Sure, let's mark it with a grenade. Why not?
Shows how safe. It shows how dangerous he is. An active grenade would be more dangerous.
He does have other weapons, but by far the club was the best. The other peasant, he's dead. He's on the floor. So the other guard is going to, after seeing that now 2 people are on the floor around Boris, I'm not going to let him charge in there. I'll let him be in the combat. Yeah, I'll let him be in the combat, but he can't charge. So he can make a standard attack. And it was Footman, yes. As he misses as well. Good, they've used up their luck killing the other guys. So now this guy can't actually see anyone. Boris is hidden. Well, do you know what he can see? The children. He's going to fire at the children.
Oh no, that's just fucked up.
Also smart.
But he misses somehow as he pulls back, knocking his arrow and about to let loose. One of the children looks at him dead in the eyes and just, nah, and it puts him off. And he misses. Bollocks! I think they're now ready to fire again. No, hang on. It takes 2. It takes a turn, a full action, and I believe it's a full action and a half.
What's this?
Poor crossbows. I believe a crossbow can be reloaded in 1 full action.
Yeah.
The poor quality means it's an extra half action. So they have reloaded. They're all going to wait because they know their shit without the aim. And there's no way they're going to be able to shoot anyone in combat. So, the bandit against Azurif. He is going to attack with his sword. Yeah. And he misses. He was distracted by the club going flying past and just like, what the?
Come at me, scrub!
So I believe it's on your next turn, guy. In fact, it is this turn that you guys come onto the scene. So, Mr. Billy Bob.
Hey.
You can place your character anywhere within the red square box, and then you can take your turn. You can run for 12.
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay.
Everyone quickly spam the cheese.
He has 1 more turn of being stunned. Miss Gabrielle, you can do exactly the same as Mr. Billy Bob.
Put myself above where he was because I couldn't start in the same tile as him.
I would actually allow it. I'm basically doing this like how it happens in Warhammer 40k Total War Warhammer 40, where you're all moving. You know, this turn. You know, you came onto the scene last turn, and this turn you now have your action to do what you wish. Mr. Azurif. I didn't give the other guy a +10 for ganging up because the guy next to him doesn't have a weapon out.
I thought he had the +10 for ganging up.
No, he aimed. As your
I'm gonna
dwarven
chop his
axe
fucking
hits,
arm up.
he will attempt a parry. and fails.
So that is 12.
So 36. 36.
I'm chipping your fucking arm off.
Bandit 36. He did 12 damage with. Your weapon doesn't have any pen, does it?
There's no such thing as pen in this system.
Yeah, the one weapon does have penetration as a quality.
Oh yeah, it's the armor piercing.
So 36.
No,
So
this
he
weapon has
saves
impact, but that's
5.
it.
He saves 5, 6, 7.
So that's why this 12 damage instead of
Your
yeah,
axe comes in and cracks into his arm. You see him squeal as a deep, deep crimson begins to flow rapidly down his arm. But he is still standing. Oh, actually, no, he is still standing. This dude, well, he is no longer stunned. So he gets up off the floor and begins to... Would he really ready his pistol? I mean, it takes an awfully long time to reload that thing. 2 full turns. He got interrupted. Well, no, he fired, so he hasn't even begun to reload it, so he wouldn't. He draws his sword, so he gets up and draws his sword. Do they have, like, any skills that would allow them to...
Unless they have...
Actually, never mind, I went past it. He has sharpshooter, so he gains a +20 whenever he aims, rather than a +10 with ballistic. I forgot about that. But never mind. So yeah, he doesn't have any skills to allow him to draw quickly, so it's half action get up, half action draw sword. Lithiara, it's your turn.
I'm going to channel. Then I'm gonna roll a 1d10 because I'm doing something. That's
You rolled
wrong.
1d0. At least you got
Missed a 1.
At least you got a critical on the 1d0.
I'm gonna cast a fireball because that's a shitty d10 and I'm probably not gonna be using it.
Or is that for your magic number?
Oh damn, son!
I like your auric damage is 1.
I'm keeping my 6 and my 8 because the 10 is trapped. And I'm going to hit this guy because technically right now I can't really see Boris. And Azureth is kind of outnumbered.
Sure. So you would know last time Azureth did 12. So
Actually,
you
game
would notice
the game looks
with
injured,
the first
I gotta attack at someone else.
with the first dice of 15 damage, it hits him in the body, and you just see this mini explosion from within as it strikes his body with all the force that Auric can give you, burrowing deep inside, and he just lifts his head up to the sky as you see a fire plume come out of his mouth and his eyes shooting up into the sky as he just crispens up and falls to the floor, a charred mess.
Well, then, since that's how it happened, I'm gonna throw the 12 damage at this guy then. Same line of fire, so...
All of his equipment that he has on his person, you'll need to roll a 1d100 for to see if it survived. And you'll have a 20% of it still being usable.
Should I do it now?
You can indeed put your damage on someone else if you wish.
I'll put the damage down on the guy with the pistol then, right here, right in front of Azura.
Sure. So as he gets up and he draws his sword and looks at Boris and, "You're dead, man. You'll be collected to the..." as your fireball hits him, and I believe he is. I need to look at his number again. He was number 44. -5, so that's 7. You just see his right arm go up in flames and begin to spread across his shoulder as he begins frantically smashing it with his hand with the sword in it, doing more damage than good, but he is still standing and smoking now. Boris, seeing this, now you can't do the same spell twice, can you?
You can.
So he could shock twice.
No. You can cast more than one spell per action. Per round, basically. You can cast
Okay.
2 spells.
Okay. So he can't do that twice. So the other dude's going to get up this turn, so he's going to look at the person who's just joined the fray and... channel. He doesn't channel. He has one more pin on his hat, so he is going to use it. He'll use both his dice again. No channeling, but he does have an ingredient. And he makes it, and almost got 2 doubles. So the footman, as he sees Boris reach out, it's a bit weird that it's a willpower check. Motherfucker! As he sees Boris reach out, he just is like, yeah, and steps to one side and bats Boris's hand away, and he does not get stunned. Boris doesn't look happy. He looks decidedly nervous. Azurath, the footman next to you, comes in with a club. Oh no, sorry, cancel that. He draws his knuckle dusters and then attacks. And he hits you. Let me just...
Time to use the shield.
Sure. You do your shield. I just want to double check pummeling. It's the first time I've used the weapon.
You get a bonus to strike to stun.
Ah, okay, cool.
I just look slightly amused as he just starts hitting my shield.
As his hand comes in and crashes onto your shield, you can see him like oh, as he shakes his fingers.
Really now? Ugh.
The one that Boris tried to stun snarls at Boris as he raises his club, but he misses him. Fortunately, the peasants did their job and ate most of the luck that was available. Unfortunately, he can't see you over there through the cliff face and how it's fallen down. He's going to shoot at the children again. Why not? He's an arsehole. He's a bastard. Why wouldn't he? Only this time he gets a +20 to his aim action. Oh wait, hang on. No, he doesn't. Half action reload. He waits. With a half action, he's going to move a little bit. Yeah, he'll do that.
Now we can see his targets.
No, I'm still, like, you guys are still a bit, like, if it was, say, that, I'd probably let him off. But no,
I mean,
guys,
if you
guys
wanted
still...
to try to hit us, I mean,
He takes a
go ahead and
minus
try.
30 to shooting this Yara.
Why?
You're so far out of bow range that I'm pretty sure he has to take an aim and a minus 30 to hit you.
Isn't bow range something like 30 to 60?
30 to 60, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if it is so, then he's not out of range.
No,
He's
bow
just in
range is 24 to 48.
That's
I
47
stand corrected.
feet away That's 47 feet away. Yeah, he's not going to be shooting at you, but he can aim on his next turn. So these little fuckers over here, well, they can't shoot at Boris. If they shoot at Boris, they're going to hit the person next to him, or one of the people in combat with him, and he's blocked by the carriage slightly. Shooting at Azora, they're not going to be able to hit. So they're going to shoot at the children, because, again, they're assholes. They are footpads, so they get this one. And they both miss. The children are now crying and squealing and have stopped like giving them shit. They're now taking it more seriously.
They're not aiming?
No, they aimed. Plus 10
No, but
plus 10 for aiming.
they're shooting poor crap, which doesn't help.
-5. Get it.
Oh,
They get it.
Sorry, Miss Wilhelma, I accidentally, on reflex, went past you. If you'd like to put your character anywhere on the front red line, and you can take off.
Is he in?
I'm just gonna have to start running because there's nothing else I can do.
Yeah, but you can position yourself on the front line, so you don't have to position yourself where you are.
Yeah.
Anywhere in that box, and then take your turn. Yeah.
Calling a line.
Oh, if only I had an AoE. So, they've all fired. This dude can see that you are over there. He can see you. 42. You are in range, but he'd take such a negative, he'd have a 1% chance of shooting you. So he's going to hold his action. Well, no, he's going to skip his turn, basically. Billy Bob, your turn.
The Wild Duga has gone silent.
What's the range on my bow?
24 to 48. You take a -20 if you're shooting at anybody above 24 meters away from you.
Ah,
You also take up to -20 for shooting into combat.
"47 feet away, you can shoot this guy down here."
would that be a -20? Was that so?
Yeah.
Yeah, -10 if you aim, unless you've got sharpshooter, in which case it's flat.
Wait, it's in range.
No, it's 12 to 24, isn't it, for a bow?
Oh, he has a crossbow.
Oh,
If he's
it's
using...
No,
if
Between
he's
a bow.
a bow.
Yeah, because I was going to say...
That's what this said was down on the cart. So
Bow 24 to 48.
a crossbow you could reach, but crossbow, you only have poor
Yes.
crossbows, so you're taking a -5 because it's poor, and then a -20 because of the range.
Crossbows.
Duga has a bow.
Yeah, it's just a bow. So it
and he'd
wouldn't
still be
reach.
taking the penalty anyway, because it's in the same penalty bracket as firing with the bow.
Is it? So I would be able to hit with the -20?
-10 if you aim, which I assume you did.
Yes,
Wait.
it'd be a -10 overall if you aim.
You don't know how to use the bow?
Duka's not had a bow this entire time.
Yeah, but I think it's a longbow that is considered the one that you need.
No,
Yeah,
no,
which
no,
one?
Henry, he can use a bow. There's no question in him being able to use it. It's just this the first time he's had a bow that he can use.
Yeah, gotcha.
So unfortunately, Billy Bob, your arrow just drops short as the henchman kind of sneers at you. He's
I'll
kinda
also
like,
make an excuse of, oh, it's been a while. I'll get used to it again. One sec.
It is a half action to reload, so you won't be able to aim next time. I count all of you as having, like, if you're a ranged character, I imagine you're running with your bow, you know, your arrows knocked already, and you're just holding it and running. Whose turn is it? Oh yeah, it's the footman's turn. who is... Oh, yes. So he gets up and attacks. I have a problem with the fact that I've got foot pads and footman. I keep nearly clicking on the wrong one. But he misses anyway, so... Miss Gabrielle, it's your turn.
Well, I think I'm still gonna run. I gotta make sure I'm in good range for this. That's 15 feet, so actually it's close to the speed. No, I can't. There we go, I ran my move.
Okay. Azurath. You still have one person who is currently shaking his hand after punching your
All right, I'm done with you.
I'll also point out you can see the fires that are blocking the path in front of you. You hit. He does have a buckler, so he is going to parry with his buckler, or attempt to. He does indeed.
Bloody hell.
Moving on to the one who was stunned before. Oh, actually, saying that, he missed by... Yeah, you get a +10 for ganging up, so no. He wouldn't have hit anyway. The other bandito, or the better dressed bandit anyway, takes a swing at Boris. I need to remember, just in case I forget, this dude does not have a shield. Just because I'm using the same character sheet. But he does get a +10 for ganging up.
3 to 1, I think it's +20, so it's even worse. Even worse.
I'm not entirely sure. I think it might be 4 to 1 is where it increases to another 10. But again, it's been a while since we've done combat, so I'm not 100%. But he does hit Boris. Does Boris have anything that he can parry with? He does have a quarterstaff, so sure, I will give him a parry with his quarterstaff.
Yeah, it's +20, 3 to 1.
Unfortunately, though, Boris doesn't make it. So...
Oh shit, no!
Oh, okay, so -2 for Boris's armor. His mage armor. Actually,
Oh God, Boris is so dead.
there's a good chance that wore off.
What?
It lasts 6 turns.
I think he's still in the limit. Like it's the last
I
turn
think
before
it's,
it
I think
wears
it's
off.
cast
very
it
close
first.
to the limit. So, because he did it on the first turn, so it's at least been 4, 5. This might have been the 6th turn, so I'll give it to him, because his first magic was to do. Did I write down all Boris's stats? I did indeed. So he has 2 armor. That does help him. 2 armor, so 8 damage. 8 damage. So Boris takes a nasty gash across his left arm, and oh, my internet might crap out. I'm not sure. He gets a natural 100 on his sanity, so he takes 3 insanity. Actually, don't put that there. I think he's dead. +3 in. But he's still up. He ooh, and you can see him wince and tears begin to stream from his eyes uncontrollably. But he is just about up. the bandit sneers and laughs. And got you now, finger wiggler.
These bandits
Miss
really need to
Yara.
get some more better insults.
God damn it.
Unfortunately, your spell goes off, but can you roll me a D100? $61. Let's have a look on the chart, shall we?
I've got the chart open, page 145.
I lose 1 wound regardless of toughness and armor. It's fine.
I've got a minor chaos manifestation.
Ah. Yeah, it's
Yep.
a minor.
This was 61, which is haunted.
I lost 1 wound. It's fine. No, it's not that. I'm using the actual
Are you using the
Siege
one
Curse
from
expanded
the expanded
Realm
one?
of
Yeah.
Sorcery.
Brilliant.
Okay.
I was going to say, shit, I need to open up the Realm of Sorcery book because I haven't got that one open.
I have it open.
Good man.
Worry not. I have it open.
Because the normal one's that's on 71.
Yeah, it's because we're using the extended version. So not nearly as bad as it could have been. Your spell does indeed go off. So who were you aiming at?
The guy that just hit Boris. I'm trying to kill him.
Let me just double check. I believe he's 44. I'm starting. Yes, he is 44. So
He should be close now. I've hit him a bunch of times now.
10, 5. So
Oh, but that's-
unfortunately, you will need to use up both hits.
Yeah, I'm
And if
using
you
both
use
hits, I
up
don't mind.
both hits, he is still up.
God damn it.
Barely. He is smoking and singeing all around, but he is somehow still on his feet, shaking. And well, actually, he gets to roll on critical damage. So, yeah, he might be alive for a little bit longer. But he is well on his way. It's Boris's turn, and as Boris kind of winces and begins to sob a little bit, he hears the cry of a child behind him as bolts are fired at them. And this gives him a bit more courage. So he attempts... So, is it... I thought you could cast more... You could cast 2 spells per turn, as long as you had more
cannot.
magic...
No, you can't. You can only cast 1 spell per time.
Okay, then.
You can choose to cast it at lower level. So you don't. You
Yeah.
don't.
Okay, so
You
he's
don't
going to have to
risk
put
it.
up his armor then. So he's going to channel successfully. He is going to use a magical ingredient and use both of his die. Because although it's only a 5, he really needs this. He really, really needs this. And with no doubles, again, Boris kind of focuses and a magical aura covers him before disappearing. And he's not looking good. He's already parried and... Oh no, Boris. I'm sorry, Boris. A bandit decides to attack you. It's not bandit, it's a footman. So he comes in. And did you say they should be getting plus 20s for...
Yeah, unfortunately so, because it's 3 to 1.
Oh no. Boris takes a
Oh.
hit to the head. And for 8 damage. So, Mr. Boris, with your 2 armor, which is back.
And toughness.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I repeat my statement. Bandits OP, please nerf.
Hopefully Boris will just pass out.
Taking 3 damage. Boris is taken down to exactly 0.
Ooh.
He is still up. But it's the next footman's turn, so unfortunately he will take his attack. And he hits the right leg and for damage. Oh fuck. Oh dear.
Goodbye,
Actually no, he might survive. He might survive. There's still hope.
Rip Boris.
Does
GM really wanted him dead.
have any special abilities to help him with this? That's the sound of Boris right now.
Sorry, they were scared.
That's okay. He does not. So we come over to his armor. And oh no, sorry, not his armor. Onto his weapons. We go down to critical roll. And unfortunately it's to the head. We can't get away from this.
That actually it's leg.
Oh sorry,
Right
yes,
leg.
it's leg. Sorry, I looked at the wrong one. So it is actually to the right leg. Now, let me just before... Yeah, you go to 0 HP every time, don't you? You don't go to 1
Yeah, you
HP.
reset back
You
to
don't.
You reset
You
to
don't
0.
keep. Yeah, it resets to 0 every single time.
He died.
Actually, hang on a minute. Did Boris have any fate? Oh my god, he has a fortune point. I gave him a fortune point! Ah, he burns his fortune point, taking him down to 0. Which means he forgoes the...
He just looks dead.
Yeah, so Boris hits the floor. Like this club comes in and just cracks into hit the back of his knee. And he just crumples to the floor under his own girth, or you're not quite sure. You can hear the sounds of perhaps bones cracking and breaking, and he falls to the floor. He looks fairly unconscious from a distance. Azurath, you would probably note that he is still awake, because it doesn't automatically mean he's stunned. So he'd forego the... I'm just trying to think, if I let a player character burn a fate point, they wouldn't block all the damage. So I probably...
I think we go to the point where it's not lethal anymore.
Yeah, he's on the floor, but he'll still have his actions next turn. His leg is broken. Yeah, his leg's broken. That's a pretty bad punishment.
If you go down to the last one before you actually die, it's bad. And I don't think he is going to be able to make any actions other than just trying to survive from blood loss.
Well, fortunately, it was a bludgeoning weapon, so I'm having bones break rather than cuts and arteries get slashed. So he's on the floor, his leg's broken, he's screaming. I'll probably make him take a willpower check, actually, to see if he is even capable of taking his actions. No, you're still a bit... That's not really close enough yet. So... Oh, actually, no, they fired at the children, so they spend a turn. Good. The children did something. Miss Wilhelma, it is your turn.
Keep running. That's my turn.
So it is this guy's turn. He did not shoot last time. And I believe Miss Gabrielle is exactly 30 now. So,
Takes a minus 20 to shoot at me. Actually, takes minus 40.
he's within short range,
Oh,
but
he's got crossbow.
he does take a minus 20 because you are running. That is quite correct. Where your footpad? I need to keep footpad. So he takes a minus 10 overall. Yeah. Which still only gives him... Oh my god, look how close he came. Hang on. Yeah, look how... Holy shit. Wow, that was close. But he does miss you. You see this bolt almost... It's like almost in the Matrix, how you see it just come flying past your head as you look at it and just move and... But it does indeed miss you. Mr. Billy Bob, it is your turn. You can half action reload and then half action shoot, or you can move up or move and reload.
Okay, half action move, half action reload.
Sure.
Turn done. Not the best sniper. Still better than I am at stabbing.
You need to try and get your hands on rapid reload.
So, with Boris disabled, I'm going to have them break off.
Okay,
That's a
then
half move.
after this turn, we'll probably have to cut combat for this session.
Yeah.
Footman. He does not get a bonus. Azurf, would you like to parry for me?
Yes, of course.
These guys all insist on getting in melee combat.
Bing.
As it bounces off your shield. He looks quite annoyed.
And I just look back even more annoyed.
Can we go to the end of the round? So that would be the end of, well, once Billy Bob's turn comes up, or is there a time that we need to aim for?
We got 12 now minutes, so if we're quick with our rounds, we can. Just no pauses if we can help avoid it. So I'm gonna shoot at what's his face, the guy who stood, the unique guy by thingy. This guy. He gonna die.
Okay. Technically, they are still in combat.
I thought Boris was down.
He's still awake. They're choosing to disengage with him. Well, they're telling to move round. He just doesn't want to attack them. He's quite happy on the floor, crying in pain. It's on their turn that they decide.
So they're still in melee.
Yes.
And I can't shoot at them. I'm aware, and it's a penalty to shoot him. I'm still gonna have to shoot the guy. Because as bad as the penalty is, it's still not worth shooting at the guy who's gonna have to reload when I can just shoot him next turn. Actually, how far away is he? Because I might be able to move into the point where I can shoot.
You are 30 from him exactly, from the first square.
Yeah, I can't move close enough to actually get a good shot at him. Because I only have 5 movement. So yeah, let's shoot that guy with a minus 10 to my roll. I fortune. Shit.
So close. So close. Mr. Azurf. It is your turn. You have one dude who is currently using his fists and a buckler, and the other dude who has a club and a buckler.
I am going to hit the dude with the club.
I will just say now you have been fighting the person with the punch.
Fine, I'll kill the dude with the pummeling thing first then. I'll dispose of him first.
Sure. He has a chance with his buckler. And why is there? Because there. Oh, okay. That's why. Okay. Unfortunately, he successfully parries your attack. And seeing that you are all coming, this person is going to disengage and begin. Well, he disengages, but Boris doesn't stop him from leaving combat. He begins reloading his pistol. Miss Lysiara, if we stop on your turn, and we will carry this on next week.
Sure. Do you want me to do my turn, or...?
No, we'll stop on your turn. I believe they've all... Yeah, I'll make notes of the archers for next time, and I'll make note that we start up on your turn next time. So,
Okay.
thank you everyone for watching tonight's stream, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future. So, take care everyone, and bye bye for now.